What part of your brain are you running on autopilot today? We all know through science and through different discoveries that we've came across that the daily activities that we have in our lives run on autopilot, along with our breathing, our seeing, our hearing, our smelling. All of this runs on autopilot, the beating of our heart, the function of our brain. Everything about our bodies, ourselves, runs on autopilot. So that gives us, we don't have to think about it. We don't have to think about making sure we breathe. We don't have to think about making sure that we're doing what we need to do to keep our body working. It all runs on autopilot. And as far as being hungry, it runs on autopilot. When your belly is hungry or when your body is hungry, it tells you you need to eat. That is on autopilot. You don't have to pre-program that into your conscious. So what are we doing on autopilot that is actually hurting us? What are we doing every day that is actually deterring us and keeping us from the focus that we need to have? Because when you look at it the right way, and I'm not saying my way is the right way, this is a scientific fact, is where focus goes, energy flows. And I'm going to write that in here because it's really important. So whatever you're focusing on, hold on just a second, goes, energy flows. And you're putting out energy in everything you do every day, whether it be working your business, whether it be mowing the lawn. Hold on. Energy flows. And I just want to tell you a little bit about the breathing exercises and whatnot I've been working on. I've been working on deep breathing, which anyone who's in my team knows about the deep breathing exercises and how the breath and how your deep breathing and releasing and holding will direct different energies and clear different pathways in your body, in your mind. But for right this second, we're going to talk about the autopilot, which is the mode that is distraction. Do you realize that throughout the day, most people, I'm going to say most people because there's a huge number, like 99% of people, focus on distraction. And it's a habit. Distraction is a habit. And throughout the day, and this is an example. So buckle up, guys. This example is, okay, there is a person. Let's call him, Mickey. Mickey Mouse is talking to Donald Duck. And he's talking, having a conversation, and he keeps getting sidetracked with his thoughts, going over here and thinking about that, while Donald keeps talking. And this is called distraction, and we do this throughout our entire day. And until we've learned how to control this distraction mode, then we're able to know that where we're focused is where the energy is going. So if you are constantly on autopilot and you're letting your distractions rule your day, so have you ever thought of when you're talking to someone, like Mickey Mouse is talking to Donald, and he's constantly distracted. He's thinking about what he's going to have for lunch. He's thinking about, this different thing he has to do, or he's going to do this for his business. And then all of a sudden he'll go back to Donald. Oh, yeah, I got that. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. Blah, 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 blah. Chatter, chatter, chatter. So, but he's constantly going away from the conversation or what the task is. And another example can be for any one person out there who you're working on something. Maybe you're working on doing something for your business. You're working on a course. You're working on learning a new task. You're learning a new skill. And you keep getting sidetracked while you're doing it. You keep going off to another plane. You keep going off to another thing. And you find that you haven't got hardly anything done in the day when you get to the end of your work day. You haven't got anything done. Nothing is totally completed of what you actually could have done. Granted, maybe you're one of the ones that can use distraction to a minimum and actually have your attraction on what you're working on what you're doing. This is a huge plus for regardless of what you're doing in life. If you harness the brain power, the willpower, which is more like a willpower because you have to have a willpower to have a superpower. And when you harness your willpower and you're saying to your subconscious, to your conscious, to your unconscious, all these parts of your brain, that I am learning this, I am doing this, and you know what? Nothing is going to stop me. Practice attention motivation. Practice your attention. Keeping your attention focused on what you're doing. And what we've done over the years to practice this is every time the thought would stray, every time we'd start working on something or start doing something, and all of a sudden the thought pops up of, oh, well, I can't forget, I have to do that. I learned to let that go. Let that thought go. It's not important. We don't need it. Let it go. And then you're keeping your attention, and your willpower will kick in to say, yes, my attention is staying right here until I finish this. And suppose that you have yourself set on a schedule of what you're going to create that day, or how much time you have allotted to create whatever you're doing, to work on whatever you're doing. If you're a home business person and you could be creating a system, you could be creating a new strategy that's going to help the workplace, that's going to help build the marketplace. If you're doing that, and that's part of what you're doing, look at your willpower. How much willpower are you willing to invest in your superpower, which is your attention? Your attention to not just detail, your attention to completing your task, your attention to succeeding at what you want to do, and your attention to the awareness that you are giving your focus to. When you do this, you will find that it is so much easier as you go through, and it is hard work, guys. It is not easy to change your brain. You have to rewire the synapses in those channels in your brain in order to rebuild a new learning, a new way, a new habit. And it hurts your brain. That doesn't like to be wrong. It likes to keep you on track of doing nothing, of being distracted and constantly thinking of something else. And it makes you feel like you're doing right. It makes you feel like this is what you want. When in fact, when you use your willpower and your attraction to what you're completing, you're overriding what the subconscious thinks you want. You're overriding that autopilot thought. You're overriding that autopilot mentality of this is what I want, this is what I need, this is what myself is telling me I need to do. You're overriding that with a conscious thought in the subconscious. That's true. And you're overriding that to be what you know you need to do. So when you feel you're getting distracted, bring yourself back, and you don't have to be mean to yourself to do it. Bring yourself back to what you're working on. You can tell your mind, your subconscious or whatever, okay, that's fine. I'll deal with that later. Right now, I'm doing this. Right now, I am going to complete this task. I'm going to create this system. I'm going to create this job, whatever you're doing. I'm going to create this. I'm going to finish this. I'll do that later. Get right back to it. Only take a second to do that. Don't let your subconscious autopilot work against you. And try some deep breathing as you're doing your systems, as you're doing your strategies. Deep breathing will move the carbon monoxide around in your body and let it go. And get it out of your veins where you You don't need to have that buildup in there anyway. So it's a lot of mindset that's in there. And because where your mindset is your focus. And that's where your energy is going. Your energy will flow freely when your mindset is in order. So whatever you're focused on, keep that focus in the awareness phase of your mind and let it be where it needs to be. Don't keep letting it drift off and wander off into nothing. Let it be there. Let it complete the task. Let it be successful. So in the event that you're having trouble or you're not quite there yet, you're still struggling, you're still working on growing your lifestyle, you want the lifestyle, you see the lifestyle, you're visioning it, but then you have this little thing called a habit of distraction that is constantly getting in the way. The habit of distraction is always getting in the way. And I've learned how to use this and how to combat it. Even I have a problem of getting distracted from time to time. But I've learned and taught myself how to get past that. And if you have other people talking to you, blah, 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 take that as a sign and listen to what they're saying. Focus on what they're saying. And that's going to take your attention away from distraction. That is a learning curve that you can use right there to help grow your business, to help grow your lifestyle. When you change all of these little things about your mindset, when you learn the skills you need, when you implement the skills you need, and more importantly, when you use your willpower and your superpower, your brain power, you are unstoppable, and you will be surprised at yourself when you're creating more and more of what you actually desire to have happen in your life. So this is partly a mindset training tutorial and partly a business training tutorial, because I combine the both to meet and to mesh. Because when you mesh the both, when you mesh your mindset with your business and you connect the two to grow together, you can do anything. You can have anything in your life, in your world that you choose to have. So use these tips. Use this. Take it, run with it, and grow. And get the skills you need as you're growing. If you don't have the right tools in your tool belt, if you're a carpenter or a plumber or a home business owner, if you're a marketer, if you don't have the right tools in your tool belt, how's that job going to get done? And I know tools are expensive and you have to buy all of this stuff and it's expensive. But if you don't have the right wrench, or you don't have the right hammer, you know, the big hammer, little hammer, there's different things you need. Or maybe you need a nail gun or whatever it is. If you don't invest in yourself and what you're doing, then you might as well stay on the sideline, because you're not going to go very far, right? And I had that from an actual contractor who said, if I don't invest in my tools and my growth, then I'm not going to have a business. I'm not going to have a life. I'm going to have to go and do McDonald's or something, is what he said. And so keep your attention focused on what the outcome is. What is the end result of what you want? Always see the solution. Don't see the problem. See the solution. Because where your focus goes, energy flows. Keep that in mind. Okay, and I do have a training up here for you guys. Anyone out there in the marketing world, if you do not have this training yet, I'm not sure how many more times I'm going to put this out. I put it out every now and again, just trying to help you. And so many people are in there. And you know what? This is amazing because it has everything you need in one spot. I love my tool belt to be not as heavy, but very useful. Okay? Get this training up here and use the tools in it and take your willpower as the superpower, which it is. I will talk to you later, and please like and share this video.